It's a sin, that boy getting off scot-free. Idiotic.
Not scot-free, didn't do it.
Just because Lester wasn't found guilty doesn't mean he didn't do it.
Grace, you are behaving quite unchristianly.
The pastor of our church has a murderous brother and a father who spawns illegitimate children across the world. How unchristian can you get?
Well, one can't imagine Pastor Peters being quite so energetic.
He'll be energetically spinning in his grave if Sister Peters persists with being stubborn.
Grace, are you sure this is the right way to go about things?
Bertrand, Jonathan Peters will take over the Church of the Living God over my dead body. I will do whatever it takes to stop him. Now, are you with me or not?
Colour, do you think I'm bad?
Bad?
Wicked. Evil.
Don't be silly, Lester.
No, I mean it. I got off right because I never stabbed Murphy, but I was there. And I never stopped Murphy being stabbed either. I mightn't hurt that man. I was part of it.
Why'd you keep doing this to yourself? You don't know what me, Mum, or Jonathan would have done, how we would have reacted. Even we wouldn't know unless we were in the situation.
I feel like rubbish. I feel like I'm not good enough.
Good enough for what?
Cully, you don't understand. You've never done anything wrong in your life. You haven't let anyone down. Look at Jonathan. He's so bleeding perfect they want him to be the next pastor. You don't see, do you? The more I flaming try, the more I get it wrong.
Oh, Lester, that's just not the case. Jonathan makes mistakes. He's always telling us. I mean, why do you think he hasn't accepted the pastorship yet? Even Dad, he was human. We've got Petronella for living proof. And me, I'm still struggling with who I am every day.
Yeah, you struggle for church leadership. You have to be as pure as the driven snow one night in the first place.
But that's just my conflict. I'm not pure.
Yeah, how can you say that?
Lester, I had an abortion this year.
You what?
You heard me. I know you did.
Well that means you were pregnant.
Yeah.
So that means you must have had sex.
Yeah.
What, Marcus?
Yeah.
Pregnant. Must have been all messed up. Didn't tell me I could have helped.
That's really sweet of you. But I don't think you could have.
I didn't. So you're not so pure then?
I'm not a virgin, Lester. But that doesn't make me evil. I'm still fighting with my demons over the abortion. I made a mistake. But I'm a child of God, and I know if He can forgive me, then in time, I have to be able to forgive myself.
Sister Giddens, I am busy. I don't think so, dear. We've pussyfooted around this for a while now, but you don't seem to be getting the message, so I'll spell it out to you. Bertrand will rightly take over from your late husband. Now, there are two ways we can do this. One is full of shame and disgrace, and the other isn't. It's simple.
Why are you behaving like this? Where is it going to get you? Grace, we used to be friends. What happened?
What happened? I'll tell you what happened. Your greedy family happened. While Theophilus was running around breeding illegitimate children, Bertrand was slaving away, keeping the church together. Now Theophilus is dead. You want to deprive Bertrand of what's rightfully his? Of what he's worked so hard for? And if it isn't Jonathan waxing lyrical about taking over the Church of the Living God, it's Aquila! Rose, she is a woman. Hasn't anybody explained that to her yet? And as for you, where is pride, woman? Standing by a man who betrayed you, who betrayed us all.
I've heard enough of this rubbish. It's time you left.
Thou shalt not have low self-esteem. That should have been the 11th commandment.
You blaspheming hypocrite!
Rose, you have until this evening service to come and tell me that Jonathan has come to his senses. Otherwise, 6 o'clock sharp, Bertrand will announce the late pastor's silly little mistake to the entire congregation. You do understand that we have a moral obligation to do so. We can't have a family with a history of illegitimate children running our church. It would be a sin.
Peaceful, isn't it?
You know, when you're in a church that's peaceful, right? It's hard to understand why religion has created so many wars.
It's not religion, Jonathan. It's the people.
Now that I would agree with.
Have you made any decision yet about your future in the church?
It's hard, Elder Gittins.
I know. What's holding you back?
I don't want to bodge it up. If I take the job on right, I want to do it properly.
Far be it from me to judge, Jonathan, but if you are doubting your abilities at this stage, perhaps you are not cut out for the job.
Oh, I believe it's more than necessary to question my abilities when taking on something as important as the church. I respect God, right? And I respect Christian believers. And I wouldn't want to give them anything less than the best. I believe humility is a virtue, Elder Gittins. And I'm humble enough to question whether or not I am the best. I'm not sure every contender for the church leadership can say the same.
It's Sister Gittins. She knows that Petronella is a child of Pastor Peters.
Oh, heavens, that is a problem. Big, big problem.
She wants Jonathan to give up the pastorship, let Elder Gittins succeed my husband, or else she'll tell of his infidelity.
Blackmail? Well, that's outrageous. Surely you will stand for it. You must fight this. Stand up for yourself, for your family.
But how, Naomi? Petronella is walking, talking proof of what Theophilus did.
Where is your faith, girl?
Come. Sit. I did it.
You did? You left your job?
Well, I've given them a month's notice, but they owe me that in holiday anyway.
Jonathan! So you've decided?
Well, only that I'm not going back to Leeds. I mean, my family life, everything. It's all here now. But I still haven't decided about the church.
Oh, it's a start. I have faith.
You're so sure of me, aren't you?
But don't you see what a great gift you'd be giving the church if you accepted the pastorship?
I couldn't lead the kind of church Elder Gittins leads. Dictate the kind of principles my father insisted on. That kind of church is based on excluding people rather than including them. No, Pearl, I'm in no position to preach a way of life that turns its back on the people that need it most.
Well, think what differences you would make. How you could change things. Oh, dare to dream, Jonathan. Dare to dream.
Will you just stop that? Look, stop.
Marcus!
Aquila! I thought I'd come with you to tonight's service.
Right. Fine.
All right.
Petronella, you can't be serious.
Serious?
That outfit, it does nothing for you.
That's not what your boyfriend said. Marcus, tell her. My body look good, ain't it?
That dress can't happen if you're going to sing in the choir.
Aquila, I never know frustration can make a girl so green-eyed. What? Marcus too tired to give you some good loving? You better watch out. Maybe he's getting it elsewhere. Come on, babies! We have to get ready for church.
She's a beast, that woman. Are you coming on? Oh, you're
He's coming to church with us.
Oh. You ready then? One wants to go.
The woman's truly deranged. She obviously doesn't think we're serious.
Grace, I'm not happy about this. Theophilus trusted me. I can't desecrate his memory like this.
Theophilus was a hypocrite. And if you keep his secret, you'll be a hypocrite too. Bertrand, if you're going to run the church, you've got to do it with a clear conscience. Not with a liar operating your strings from beyond the grave.
You're not the woman I married, Grace. I don't recognize you anymore.
You've not changed your mind, then? Rose, please think about it. There's still time. It needn't be this messy.
Then stop your announcement. Tell Elder Giddens to let sleeping dogs lie.
I'm afraid I can't do that.
Brothers and sisters, before we commence with tonight's service, I am forced to make an announcement. It is with great pain and sorrow that I be the bearer of bad tidings which may for some shatter their lives.
What's this about?
For others cause much shame.
Mum, do you know?
For many destroy an illusion. It is our own religious law that dictates, ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. And so I urge the members who are directly involved in this matter to trust in those words.
Oh, you okay?
As I reveal to the congregation the sinful goings on in the life of our late pastor.
No. No.
Sister Peters?
Elder Gittens, if I may, I would like to continue with the announcement.
Are you sure?
Positive.
What's going on?
Brothers and sisters, Romans chapter 10, verses 5 to 11 tell us, with the heart man believeth unto righteousness, and with the mouth confession is made unto salvation. For the scripture saith, whosoever believeth in him shall not be ashamed.
Don't be ashamed, sister.
All of you knew the late Theophilus Peters, former pastor of the church, as a man of great spirit and integrity, with a high regard for family and its values, and the highest regard for the Christian church and its teachings. I knew him as my husband. Indeed, he had all the same qualities. The difference being, however, that I knew the long road the pastor had to take to acquire them. For Theophilus wasn't always the man he became. As an inexperienced youngster, he made many mistakes, many of which led to consequences which must still be dealt with today. Though he may once have been foolish, Theophilus was an honorable man, and one who learned to take his responsibility seriously. So much so that when he fathered a child outside of wedlock, When he fathered a child outside of marriage whilst still married to me, we both decided that the pastor should face up to his responsibility and the child should not be denied. Denied, that is, of a father's devotion, presence, and guidance. And so, Petronella Peters grew up knowing the love of her father. Some of you may wonder why I accepted such behavior of my husband, why I put up with it. It is simple, really. Theophilus was a man, and as such was fallible. I married a mere man, not a saint, and I loved him. As a Christian, I hold no malice toward the child, and I had to have it in me to forgive Theophilus. For the Bible tells us, if ye forgive men their trespasses, your heavenly Father will forgive you. But if ye forgive not men their trespasses, neither will your Father forgive your trespasses. Brothers and sisters, I implore you all to abide by the scriptures now. Pastor Peter sinned many years ago, but he repented and I forgave him.
That's right, sister. That's right.
Surely if I, his wife, confided in me to be magnanimous, then you, my fellow worshippers, can too. So I say to you, judge not, that ye be not judged. And I challenge those of you who are without sin. Go ahead, cast the first stone. When Pastor Peter served you, he led a clean and dedicated life. His mistakes came before. But even if he were to continue to sin today, surely it would not be God's way to cast him out.
Yes.
As Christians, we should embrace those who are lost and urge them to repent. For it is our duty to spread the word, not be selfish or greedy with it. To embrace those who wish to worship under Christ's umbrella, young and old, good and bad. For if the word could transform a young Pastor Peters from the sinner he was to the believer he became, then this is surely proof that the word is working and can work again and again and again and again.
The Lord worketh again.
Well done, Sister Peters, well done.
I don't believe it. She's done it.
If my father had known that my mother could inspire a congregation like this, I'm quite sure his last wish would have been for her to succeed him as the next pastor of this church, instead of myself. Now I know there are those amongst you in the congregation today that might find the idea of a lady pastor a little bit too much to swallow, but we all must agree there is a sensible and feasible philosophy contained in the words my mother just expressed. Embrace everybody, young or old, good or bad. Encourage the lost onto the righteous path. And if they won't come, it is our job to change their mind. If the youth of today are more enthused by the more modern day gospel sounds, then let us sing these sounds from the rooftops. If guilty sinners are too afraid to enter our church for fear of being unworthy, let us welcome them in, opening our hearts and our minds to a belief that a change is possible. This is the kind of church I can lead. This is the kind of church I want to lead. And so the church authorities allowing, and of course if you, the congregation, will accept me, I would like to officially accept the pastorship of the Holy Trinity Church of the Living God. And in accordance with this, I will be delighted if my sister, Aquila Peters, would accept the deputy pastorship alongside her own long-standing and highly respected Elder Gittins. Now, Elder Gittins, let's begin the service. And if I may be so bold as to suggest a request, let's begin today with the hymn. And since she is the newest member of our congregation, I think it only apt that my sister, Petronella Peters, should lead the choir in a celebration of worship.
Peters, you did the best thing.
Your wife did me a favor.
Please, let's put it all behind us.
I've told the congregation that I can forgive, but I do not forget.
Mum, you were brilliant.
Oh, I don't know. I'm still shaking.
No, she's a trooper. She did what she had to do. Aquila, I hope I didn't put you on the spot today, what with the pastorship and everything.
I'm one step closer to the thing I want most in the world. I probably wouldn't have even got deputy pastorship if you hadn't accepted pastor. I'm grateful to you, Jonathan.
Really?
Really?
Come and see me later.
I can't tonight. I should be with Mum.
We do need to spend some time together. I mean, this deputy's job's going to change things between us, isn't it? And if that all happens...
I can sort something out. I'll talk to you later.
We've got some celebrating to do, Jonathan.
We have to talk.
Not now.
Yes, no. You don't want me to make a scene in front of your pastor wife.
So?
So what, Marcus? You didn't even wine me and dime me. You just roughed me up and I just want left me.
Oh, Aquila, congratulations.
Yes, congrats. Don't feel ashamed for what your father did.
No shame at all.
Someday you'll make a great pastor.
Yes, a great pastor.
Thank you both very much. You're both very kind.
You don't get it, do you? You were a mistake. You seem to be everybody's mistake. Do you want me to wear a sign to remind you, Petronella? I want you to stay away from me.
Why fight when you know you can't resist? The other day, you was all over my body like it was sweet, like ice cream. Now you're coming like it bitter like arsenic.
You must try to get on with your new sister, though.
Try to make her feel at home.
You see, between us, what is mine is hers.
Every time.
Stop it, man. It's so easy.
Perhaps this share thing shouldn't be taken too far.
My brother, when life is hard and you are lonely. My sister.
Careful how you go on BBC One now. Martin Fowler's about to go on a rampage in EastEnders.